Good morning and welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. My name is Raquel. Thank you for being here. Today is Monday, and on Mondays we look at work and career. So it is an interactive tarot reading that you pick your deck, and then we look at the energies around your professional life, as well as what opportunities are hidden and what are the recommended next steps. So let's get started. We have three beautiful decks today. So we have the She Tarot, the Good Tarot, and the Dream Tarot. They are very artistic. Let me just move this so we have more space. There we go. I'm trying to create more space because two of these decks are bigger than usual. So like this, we can lay out whatever cards decide to pop out. All right, let's get started. And we begin by grounding, centering, and connecting with the breath. So sit in a comfortable position. I suggest you are in a place where you are not going to be disturbed. And settle in. And now let's begin by rolling the shoulders back. Follow along if it feels good to you. Let's roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Move the neck gently from side to side, front to back. All right. And now let's take a deep inhale in through the nose. Hold for a second or two and gently exhale. Always elongating that exhale. So we try for the inhale to be into 4, hold for a second or two, and release, exhale for at least 6 or 8 seconds. So let's try it one more time. Inhale in through the nose. Hold. And exhale. All right. Now pick the deck that calls you or the fairy. We have the Dream Tarot with the pink fairy, the Good Tarot with the blue fairy, or the She Tarot with the yellow fairy. Ready? All right. Let's begin with the pink fairy for those of you who picked this one. Let's put our pink fairy to the side. Move the cards just a little bit to wake them up and even give them a little bit of a knock. Now we are going to set the intention. Please give us advice, guidance, and insight into our professional life, work, career, and projects. What are the main energies? What opportunities are there? And what are the recommended next steps? And we ask in love, in light, for our highest good. And so it is. All right, so let's see that the main energies. Here, wasn't very talkative today, this deck. All right. Now the opportunities. And the recommended next steps. All right. Very straightforward. You know, in this channel, we always honor every card that pops out or that wants to come out, but very straightforward, one card for each. All right, what are the main energies around your professional life right now? All right, we got the 10 of Cups, and we have the energy of a 10. The 10s are endings, culminations, and cups. Here we move with that water element. So let's begin reading, as we always do, each position by itself, and then we'll read the general message. So Here, the main energies around your work and career are that there is a change of energy in the air for you, that it has to do a lot with how you've been feeling. So examine, this card will ask you, how have you been feeling up until this point, right? If you've been feeling heavy about something, if you've been worried, or to the contrary, if you've been feeling joyful. Know that the energies are shifting. Not that does not mean they are shifting in a bad way, or or even in a good way, or in a different manner than the one, just in a different manner than the one they have been. So the energies are shifting, and it's going to be affecting your emotional well-being, right? So in not in a negative sense. Remember that the way I read tarot is just getting signs. It's not fortune telling us, predicting this is for sure, because remember, you have the gift of choice and free will, so we can always create, manifest, and attract the type of life we want. Now, this Ten of Cups say, when it's an energy forecast, it says the energies are shifting. It's going to have a little impact on your emotions, the new energy that comes. However, it's a very positive card, right? Because it's also saying that everything seems to be a blessing right now. So the energy that comes in is a change of energy, all right, but still it's still that process of energy, and right now it is positive. There is a positive energy when it comes to how you feel about things. Now those energies are shifting, so the best thing to do right now is to really reflect on how you have been feeling up to this point, right? And this is a work or an career reading. So ask yourself, how have I been feeling about my work, my projects, where my career is going? So ask yourself all these questions. And then after this, make a list of the blessings that you see, right? So what do you feel are blessings around your work and career, right? Because so when we have an energy shift, we want to make sure we acknowledge what we are already very appreciative and grateful about, right? So like this, we can still, by creating that practice of gratitude for what we already have, we make sure that if an energy is shifting, we do not lose that, but we continue to have it. So ask yourself, what are you grateful for at this time? And how have you been feeling about your work and career? Knowing that right now things are very good, but there is a shift in energies. It is a 10, right? Now, let's look at what opportunities are coming. And look, major arcana, major advice. All right, this is the Hanged Man. When we have a major arcana, we double knock, major advice. And the Hanged Man, major arcana, 12. The Hanged Man, when there is a major arcana and I say major advice, is because it's major impact. So it's more impactful than a minor arcana, right? And here the Hanged Man it is a card of pause. It is a card of looking at things from a different perspective, right? He's hanging down, but it is also a card of observance, right? So what is the opportunity based on the Hanged Man? The opportunity right now that you have is to change perspectives, to take time to really reflect about where your career is going and really think about where do you want to go from this point on. Change perspectives, as I said, but also ask a lot of awareness questions, right? Before we were talking about that of how have you been feeling about your work. So here the Hanged Man will ask you even deeper questions, right? About what you really want towards your professional life, right? So the opportunity right now lays in pausing, not acting immediately. So, and really reflecting, using this energy shift that's in the air to really reflect about your career, your professional life, and to change perspectives about it. And now let's look at the recommended next steps. And who answers? The Lady of Swords. This is the Queen of Swords. And we have this feminine energy that is nurturing, and swords that it is the air element. So the next steps are reflection and communication, right? So to nurture our thoughts, our thought process, right? To strategize in a way that it is very nurturing to ourselves, and also to really communicate what's important for us at work. All right. Now let's put it all together so everything makes more of a coherent message and makes sense for you. All right. The main energies right now is that there are many things for you to be grateful. There are so many blessings around your work and career, right? But there is a shift in energy, right? We have an energy, that 10, that says there is a shift coming about. And it's very important to ask yourself, how have you been feeling up to this point, right? And what are you grateful for? What do you want to keep retaining as you move towards something new? Right? And then the opportunity that this is giving you is the opportunity to pause, to change perspective, to create that awareness about your professional life, to see if you want to continue in the way things are going, or you actually want to make some changes. So this is a very big opportunity. That's why we have that major arcana, because use this shift of energy to really think about what you want right now. Really think about where you're going from here on, right? And change perspectives. Ask yourself some difficult questions regarding your projects, your work, your career, and how all fits with your life. And where do you want to go from here, right? Look ahead at 10 years from now, or if you have an important project in your hands. Now, what is the first recommended steps? The first recommended steps is that you practice honesty with yourself, that you also give yourself that compassion, nurturing, and understanding. But look at your thoughts, and it's more than strategize, it's to really look at your thoughts and where you want to go from here. Swords can cut through all the rubbish. So ask yourself really those next steps. What serves me? What does not serve me? Practice that compassion, right? And also communicate what it is that you want, either with your manager, with a mentor, with somebody who gives you that safe space and also encourages you. So very important, that communication as well as the next steps, because sometimes we can reflect a lot on things and do a practice of going within and where are we going. But being able to put things into words and processing what's going on inside of us gives us even more clarity. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this message. Remember, this is a general reading for the collective, so take what resonates to you at this time, let go of the rest, and never force anything. Now, if you want us to look more in depth at your particular situation, I also offer private sessions that can be done from anywhere in the world, where we combine tarot, coaching, and even energy work, all right? So you can make the best decisions for your life. As I also offer pre-recorded readings. You will find the link to my website and my Gumroad storefront down in the description, all right? And if you have any questions, please reach out. Now, let's look at that blue fairy for those of you who picked this beautiful deck. This is the Good Tarot. Beautiful deck. All right. Let's move the cards. A little cat here. With all the beautiful companion cats that I have that live with me, there is always some cat hair everywhere. So I apologize if you see it. All right, let's knock and wake up the cards. And now let's set the intention. Please give us guidance, advice, and insight into our professional life, work, career, projects, what opportunities are there, as well as what are the recommended next steps. In love, in light, for our greatest good. And so it is. All right. Let's see. 3 cards as the main message. I knew there was something. I could feel there were more than one wanting to come out. All right, we have a main message made of 3 cards. And now, what is the opportunity or opportunities? One card. And what is the recommended next step? And here we go. One card as well. All right, let's get them in order. Let me just, I'll put them like this in order so we get to see them, which one came out first. All right, so we have the 8 of Fire. This is the 8 of Wands, followed by the High Priestess, Major Arcana, Major Advice, and the 7 of Fire, the 7 of Wands. Interesting, interesting, interesting. And look, by the way, how beautiful this deck is. That is by Colette Baron Reed, that usually does oracle cards, but here is her tarot, that it is beautiful. All right. So that 8 of Wands, right? So what is this telling us about? Let's put them here so you see them well and we know the opportunities and the next steps are above. All right, so what is this telling us? All right, energies are moving fast right now. There is a lot of movement around your work and career. Energetically speaking, those energies are fast going, and they are asking you for you to really listen to your intuition and to your gut instinct, right? So there is fast moving energies. However, there are those type of energies are also increasing that intuition of you. You're getting more of those psychic messages and intuitive nudges right now due to the speed of the energy moving around your work and career. So paying attention to those messages, writing things down, any signs that you get, just like sometimes getting those digits like 1111 or 111 or 2222 or any even digits that you don't think are these sets that are very well known, but any numbers that are important to you. Now it is the time to pay attention to numbers, to pay attention to intuitive nudges, to pay attention to signs, right? Anything that you find, maybe you are like me, that when you get feathers, that's a sign from spirit, or even something else. I know somebody who is seeing butterflies, or someone else that's seeing another animal. So whatever it has meaning to you, pay attention to that. But now there is a big movement of energies that also calls for intention, because there is rapid movement, but it is once, it is that fire energy. So it is asking you to also be very intentional. But first, pay attention to those messages you're getting at this time towards your work and career. Now, the 7 of Wands is a card also about boundaries. I would say that the best way to see it is about boundaries and knowing how to stand your ground on certain aspects, right? So important right now. There is a lot of fast energies. your intuition is sharp and you are going to be getting a lot of intuitive messages. Make sure to pay attention and record them. And also protect your peace, protect your work, protect your energy around your work, and protect your peace and your well being. All right. When we have a movement of energies like this, and things could be happening or changing really fast, it is good if we stay grounded, if we set some healthy boundaries, but also because we have fire and fire, be very intentional at this time. All right. Here we have the main messages. Now we'll bring these two down and let's see what opportunities this is bringing. So here, opportunities, the messenger of earth, and this would be the page and earth, the pentacles, right? It is that earth element. Let's put it like this. So what is the messenger of earth telling us about the opportunities that we have right now? So there is opportunity for us to grow, right? But there is an opportunity for a growth that will not it's not so much about intellectual growth or growth growth towards our profession, but actual growth that you can touch in a sense, in the sense that it is the earth element. So what do I mean by that? I mean that there is a potential of you getting a better job or a job offer that you are interested in. There is the potential of you being able to position yourself for an opportunity to go up, right? So there is all this growth around your work right now that could take you to something else. It could be either a new job, it could be positioning yourself for something better, it could be that a project that you really wanted is coming your way, or that by doing something or starting something, there is a good opportunity for your little business to take off, anything like this. We have that page of pentacles, that messenger of earth. So big opportunity. Let me read this one and then we'll put it all together. So the recommended next steps, and here we have the king of water. It is that energy of a king, and the waters is the cups, so it is a water element, that it is emotions. Now, what is the recommended next step? Right now, the recommended next step is that you remain in control of your emotions, right? So in order to make the best decisions for yourself right now, stay in control of your emotions, your reactions, right? Act maturely, have that emotional intelligence, right? Like this, you do not only respond accordingly to your customers or to your superiors at work, or even for anything that you need related to work. So this is the first step. So for this, I recommend that emotional regulation techniques, grounding, making sure that you spend some time resetting alone. That means maybe going to the gym, going for a walk, meditating, doing yoga, anything that helps you reset. Now, let's put it all together, right? So, right now, there is a movement around your work and career. There are energies that are moving fast. There is also an increase on your intuition. So, a lot of psychic messages that want to tell you something about what's going on around your work and what you need to do. So, paying attention to that intuition, those gut instinct, and any signs you see, very important. The energies are moving fast, but they are calling for you to be intentional as well. Now, it is important that you also defend or your position in the sense of create boundaries, right, around your work and what you want, and create those healthy boundaries, defend your position, be intentional, all right, and pay a lot of attention to your intuition. The opportunity that this is all bringing is an opportunity for you to take your professional life to the next level. It could be a new job, it could be a change of jobs in the same company you're in by going up, or even the opportunity to position yourself for for a promotion in the future. So look out for that. And the recommended next steps is that right now it's all about using emotional intelligence and staying emotionally regulated. So make sure you're not reactive and that you stay on top of of your attitude, how you respond to people. Very important. All right. Now, remember, this is a general reading for the collective. So take what resonates, let go of the rest, and do not force anything. I try to say it during my videos at different moments and more also at the end of the videos, but I want you to understand how I read tarot. I do not read it as a fortune telling or as a prediction per se. I do divination in a different way than prediction. So I do not mix divination and prediction. Divination as a conversation with the divine. So that's why we call it an energy forecast. We get messages, we ask for signs, and we read the cards. And then I use questioning, powerful questioning that is used in coaching techniques so you can make the best choice for yourself. So again, this is a general reading for the collective. Take what resonates, let go of the rest. And if you want us to look more in depth at your particular situation, please go to the links I leave you below, that it is my website and my Gumroad storefront, where you can purchase a pre-recorded reading that gets sent directly to your email, or a live session with me that we can do either by phone, video call, or chat. All right, so there is something for every budget. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Now, like the video, subscribe, and share, as there may be someone who needs to hear it. Now, let's go with that last deck and the yellow fairy as well. So here we have our yellow fairy, for those of you who picked this one. And here we have our last deck. Let's move the cards around. And let's set that intention, yes? All right. Please give us guidance, advice, and insight into our professional lives, work, career, projects, including opportunities that we're about to have or that they are coming to us, and the next steps recommended. And we ask in love, in light, for our highest good. And so it is. All right, let's see. 2 cards, main message. Now, opportunities, 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 opportunities. Two cards. And recommended next steps. Recommended next steps. And we got, 3 cards. This deck's coming very chatty. Very, very chatty indeed. All right, let's see. So you can see, let's put the next steps up there for now and the opportunities up there for now, and then we'll readjust. So I just want you to be able to see everything. So who do you get the message from? Wow, wow, wow. So the Lovers and the Emperor, 2 major arcana, major advice that we get here. And we get the Lovers and the Emperor. So what is this saying about the general energies around and the guidance that we get? All right, the Lovers. The Lovers is that card of vibrating with love, making decisions out of love, finding the right connections around what we want. And in this case, it is work and career, right? And then we have the Emperor, that energy of major arcana 4, that energy of stability, structure, right? And that more divine masculine energy. So what is this saying about our work, career, and our professional life? So right now it is saying that the energies are very impactful because they are both major arcana cards, right? They are impactful energies that are all about finding what you truly love, right? Or making that your work is meaningful in a loving way. Now, if you have a job that you truly care for, right? This is all about to keep putting love into your work. If you have your own business, if you're a creator and you create stuff, you're an artist, right? To keep putting that love into it. Now, there may be some people watching this that says, you know what, my work is just a paycheck. I do not love my work. All right, so here is the thing. It's very important that you find something that you can care for, that you create and can care for. That does not mean that you need to drop your job if you don't love it. No, we need to be realistic. And being realistic is that we may need to have a job that helps us pay those bills, that helps us have those benefits, right? However, if you have some time off, try to use that time or part of that time to create things that you love. So either by having a side business or by having a hobby, but the thing is to get your creative juices and to pour love into something that is meaningful to you. If it is the job that you have, great. If it is not, think about doing something on the side or even a hobby, right? Or if you truly are experiencing that you do not like your job right now, you do not love it, now there is an energy that says it's all about vibrating with love towards your work. So if that's your case, I would start looking for a job that I truly love. So start looking for that, right? And the other thing is that we have that emperor, right? And the emperor, as I said, is that masculine energy, but it is also very structured and very stable. And what this is saying, right? Because the emperor, think of the emperor as the emperor of an ancient nation, right? A great leader, somebody who can direct their army, who makes sure that the people of their nation are well taken care of. So think of a great leader. So the emperor is also saying that it is important for you to create stability around your life and to see your work or what your work gives you, that could be the finances, the benefits, as it is important to be creating a very solid foundation and stability and structure around your life, right? If it's your current job that gives you this, then take care of your current job and create that foundation. If it's not, then look for a job that you love that can help you create that stability for you. If you need to keep your job, although you don't like it because it gives you a paycheck, it gives you some benefits, then find something that you love, but at the same time, make sure that you have a stability for your life because the energies around, even though they are impactful for you to find either something that you love or create something meaningful. And that could be a side business or a hobby. But it is important that right now you also look at stability. Very important. You do not want to do anything foolish, but make sure that you're creating a stability towards your professional life as well. Now, what opportunities, let's move it again so we get to see everything. What opportunities is all of this bringing that we need to be on the lookout for? Look, the Magician, Major Arcana, Major Advice, and look at this, the 5. All right, that is that fire, right, of the warrior. Perfect. So right now, look at this. Out of all the cards that we have here, we already have 3 major arcana, and the major arcana here is leading the way. That's the Magician. So the opportunity, you have 2 major arcanas letting you know, being led by the Lovers, letting you know that there is extremely powerful energy for you to either find a job that you love or to create something very meaningful. That means having a side business or start something that will be very meaningful for you. Stability is important, so you have to make sure that you have enough stability in your life, so not to do anything too impulsive, but there is that energy to create or to start a job that you truly love. Now, the opportunity is that you need to recognize your power to manifest and create the life that you want. So it is about seeing the resources that you have and working with that manifestation energy to actually bring forth the type of things or the type of job or the type of career that you're looking for. So I would start asking, first, always, what is it that you want? What is it that you are going to love? Is it a hobby? Is it a side business? Or do you truly want to change your jobs? First question. Second of all, how can I keep having a stability around while I'm looking for a new job, while I do my hobby, or while I start my side business? I need stability for my life. So answer those questions. And then what resources do I have around me that could help me get to what I want right now? And then learn about manifestation, right? Energetically. So actions that can be measurable, so looking at the resources and doing your steps, but also what helps us manifest. And that is our beliefs, our thoughts, our words, our actions, and our emotions, all that mixed together. So remembering that, right? But look at the energies that you have around. You have 3 major arcanas that are very powerful. So right now is a good moment for you to do something professionally meaningful. Now we have that warrior 5. That is the 5 of Wands in regular tarot. So we have that fire, right? And we have Wands. And sometimes Wands is a little bit of struggle. So right now is all about looking at the obstacles that are you're facing or that you're going to face to bring to life what you want, and overcoming them by looking at them as those opportunities, right? So when I tell you they are opportunities, your obstacles right now, they are not obstacles to stop you, but in reality, they are opportunities that are being put there. And you have the resources and everything you need to pass them, to grow from them, and to actually have something like you want, something meaningful about your professional life. Very, very good reading and very, very interesting what you're getting here today. Now, let's look at the recommended next step, and then we put it all together. Let's see. create space. I tried before to create space, but oh, there we go. Now, who answers our call? And it is, all right, the 3 dreamer, the 2 dreamer, and the Fool, another major arcana. Wow, couldn't have done this better. So the dreamers are swords, right, in traditional tarot, but we have major arcana, major advice. Look how powerful this reading is. So we have the 3 of swords, and then we have the 2 of swords, accompanied by the Fool. All right, the 3 of swords. All right, the 3 of swords, remember that in regular tarot, it's that heart with the swords, right? That usually says, hey, it's time to protect your heart. No, the next step here, this is saying something different. This is saying that the next step is not to be guided by your emotions, but to be guided by your intellect, all right? So even though there is something that you really want to do and that is really calling you, yes, follow it. But remember that stability that this is calling for. So here, the next step is recognizing when you're being led by emotion, or how can you be led by intellect, by observing, by thinking about it, right? So becoming, it's not to say calculating, but yes, becoming more detached, because right now, remember that stability is important. So to make your dream a reality and to get the best out of this is to act really cerebral. So to really think with your intellect about what are the next steps in your growth, right? And then we have these 2, right? And these 2 is about being able to make choices and decisions out of detachment. When we have our emotions involved in decision making, sometimes the heart is not listening to the brain, and then we do not make the decision that's best for us. So right now, it is about detaching from your emotions to make decisions that are right for you. So making those decisions in a way that it is very intellectual, very logic, and very observant, right? And then you will open that path for things to start happening really fast after this. So let's read all the cards together so they make so the message is more coherent. All right. Right now, around your work and career, there are very powerful energies for you to actually have either a job that you love, or start a side business that you love, or become very creative. That energy is there, right? But at the same time, it is calling for you to make sure that you are not impulsive and that you maintain a stability around your work and career, right? So that could be keeping your day job while starting the project or the side business, or looking for that opportunity of advancement or that new job. Then the opportunity is right now recognizing the resources that you have around you and learning how to manifest things accordingly. Know that you are going to be facing certain obstacles for what you want, but those obstacles really are more opportunities to get you where you want to go right now. Now, the next step, and that one is important, the next step is to detach from your emotions and to be very logic and very practical, right? To think intellectually and be able to make difficult choices based on that rationale of being practical and logic. That will open up more that new energy, that new path that it's going to take you towards those things that you love. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Very powerful for you today. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this message. Remember, this is a general reading for the collective. Take what resonates, let go of the rest, and do not force anything. If you want us to look more in depth at your particular situation, I offer those private tarot sessions that can be done from anywhere in the world, right? And we can do them either by video call, by phone call, or even chat. And we have 3 different types, either of time: 15 minutes quick check-in, 30 minutes sweet spot session, or 1 hour in-depth session. If you prefer a pre-recorded reading, I also offer that. It can be pre-recorded as in a video like this or in audio, and those get sent directly to your email. All right, so very important. There is something for everyone, right? If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, but the links are below for my website and my Gumroad storefront. And who am I to offer this to you? So I'm a board certified coach, board certified holistic energy practitioner with a master's degree in psychology, and I've been a tarot reader for 30 years. I combine all of this on my private practice so I can accompany you on your path, help you gain clarity, all right, so you can make the best decisions for yourself. Now, there are many ways to read tarot. Tarot is a tool. And it's good to find out how the tarot reader that you go to reads tarot. And as I mentioned previously on the video, I am not a fortune teller, right, predicting the future. Why? Because I think the future is fluid and you have a say on what you create and manifest, right? So that's very empowering. Now, it is divination tarot. Divination not as in the same as fortune telling. Divination as a conversation with the divine. We get the signs, we read the signs, and then we ask powerful questions and we do powerful exercises to take you where you want to go. All right? So that's what I mix in my readings. If you do have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer anything. And as I said, the links are below. Now, please like, subscribe, and share this video. I have something almost every day of the week. So today is Monday. We did work and career. Tomorrow, we're doing love and romance. So remember to come back and get those notifications on. So I'll see you tomorrow for our love and romance reading. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Be gentle and kind to yourself and to each other. Brightest blessings. Bye-bye.